What's up, guys? Got another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle, and as you can see, I'm using the same team from last time that focuses on trying to get Zangoose to sweep, and my opponent has a, I don't know, a so-so team. But the thing about my opponent is he was talking some mad trash before and during the battle, and people like that, I can't lose to them. When they start talking mess, you just can't lose them. You do everything in your power to beat them. But this does actually turn out to be a really close match, and we're about to get into it. And I decided to lead off here with my Gengar, knowing that he probably wants to lead off with the Sableye, predicting me to want to get up some kind of hazards, and he has the priority taunt, so I decided to lead off with Gengar. And I go for the Dazzling Gleam just to see how much it does, and it does a little over half, I believe. Yeah, that's about 55%, and he goes for the Nightshade. Okay, and next turn I'm just gonna, cause I am a Scarf Gengar, cause I needed like a fast ghost. Well, I need a fast Pokemon, and I also needed a spin blocker so Gengar can do them all. And I decided, slap the choice Scarf on it, make it a little bit faster. But he decides to go into Scizor, and I'm hitting with a Dazzling Gleam, and it does pretty much nothing. And Scizor is obviously going to be his Mega Pokemon. I'm going to switch out here and go out into my Rotom, which is a pretty good check for Scizor. But he's not taking too many hits from Mega Scizor, especially like U-turn or something. But right here he decides to Mega Evolve and go straight for the Bullet Punch. Thing that I would leave in my Gengar, but no, I'm just going to send in my Rotom. And the Bullet Punch does pretty much nothing, but this U-turn, I was surprised with how much this U-turn does. It does a lot. It does like 65-70%, and he's able to U-turn out into his Infernape. So he's doing pretty good right now. I'm playing pretty bad. I go for the Will-O-Wisp, which is another bad play, because if you don't know, fire attacks cannot be burned this generation. And I decided to go into my Gengar, predicting either a U-turn or close combat, try to slow down a little of his momentum, and I do guess right, so that's kind of good. But he does end up getting the crit on the U-turn, but it ends up not mattering in the long run. But damage is damage, so he decides to send in his Scizor yet again, and he goes. And I decided to leave in my Gengar here, because I didn't want to switch in Rotom. I know I would need Rotom more than Gengar in this battle. And right here I decided to go right into Rotom, which it didn't make any sense. I thought, okay, I thought I would be faster than him, but I think he actually runs speed on his Mega Scizor. I thought it'd be like the bulkier Swords Dance set, which is what I use. So I thought I'd be able to get off the rest, and then I am Chester Resto. But anyway, I am down 6-4 very early. It's not looking good for me. My opponent, he's still talking trash. So I decided to go into my Galvantula, and I'm desperate to get up my Sticky Webs. Even though I know he has taunt, I'm just too desperate to get up my Sticky Webs. But he does make the good play and goes for the taunt. So I cannot go for the Sticky Web. And right here I think I end up going for the Thunder, just to kind of fish and see how much it does, while he goes for the Will-O-Wisp, just to try to get some residual damage off and break my sash, which is a good play. So I go for Thunder here, just seeing how much it does and seeing if maybe I can get like a paralysis or something. But it does a good amount, but it's not enough, because he can just recover it all up, because it's not more than he can recover. So here I think I go for the Volt Switch and switch into something better to take on the Sableye, which is the Zangoose, because I do carry the Night Slash, and I want to see how much the Night Slash would do. And I know I cannot get burnt, because I do carry the Toxic Orb, so I cannot get burnt. Zangoose is a pretty good status absorber. Well, not really absorber, but you can switch him in if you predict like a stats move. Here he goes for the recover again, just to get back at full. Well, no, to get close to full. And like I said, I'm gonna go for the, I have Shadow Claw, not Night Slash. I have Shadow Claw, and it does a good amount. But he could potentially stall me with recover and this toxic damage racking up. But at the same time, Shadow Claw does have a high critical hit chance ratio, so that's why I just decided to stay in and try to fish for a crit, because it does have a high chance. And speaking of a crit, I believe I do get the crit on the scissor switch in, which is good amount of damage, and it's gonna come back and it's gonna end up helping me at the end of the match. Right here I decide to switch out my Zangoose and switch in my Garvantula pretty much as death fodder, because I pretty much came to the fact that I would not be able to get up my sticky web this battle. And I actually end up getting no hazards of this battle, so it's not looking good in my favor. I'm down, have no hazards. I'm down 6-3 now. It's not looking good whatsoever. And my opponent, you know, like I said, he's still chirping in my ear. And right here I decided to send in my Scizor, Mecha Evolve, and go for the U-turn. And he's actually gonna stay in and go for a Surf, I believe. And this Surf does nothing to the Mega Scizor. I don't know. Well, he had nothing to switch in, to be honest. Like I said, he's gonna go for the Surf. Well, he did have Quagsire. I don't know. But like I said, I'm able to take this guy out with a U-turn, so I am able to get the score a little bit closer, 3-5 in my opponent's favor. And yeah, I'm able to take out the Heliolisk. Didn't do anything this match. Now sending Mamoswine trying to get up like Stealth Rocks or something, but he sends in Sableye, and that pretty much ruins that chance. And now predicting him to want to go for a Recover instead of the Will-O-Wisp, I'm gonna actually stay in and go for an Icicle Crash and see how much it does. And if it brings him down to a low enough point, I know that I can actually kill him with an Ice Shard. But it actually takes the Sableye out, which it surprised him and it surprised me too. But I am a Life Orb Mamoswine, so I guess it should not be too surprised. And I'm coming back, you know, what is it? 4-3? Yeah, it's 4-3, and I'm actually gonna stay in here and see how much this Earthquake does, and it does a little over a half, and he's gonna hit me with the Toxic. Now here, I could have got up Stealth Rocks, but at this point it's not necessary. Never been like real mid to late game rocks, and it wasn't necessary at this point. I'm still, you know, even though I got down pretty big 6-3, I still knew that I had the Pokemon I needed to win the battle. And right here, I stay in and go for the Earthquake. I kind of want to see what his set is. And he go for Protect, so I know he has Protect and Toxic. And if he does not have Scald, I know that I could potentially set up on him with my Scizor. So I'm gonna stay in again and go for the Earthquake, as I believe he goes for his own Earthquake, I want to say. Or does he go for... Oh yeah, he goes for his own Earthquake. And it's going to bring me down to the point where Toxic will kill me the turn after this, I believe. Yeah, so I decided to switch out my Mamoswine and keep it as death fodder, because I know that I would need a free switch into either my Scizor or my... what's the thing called? Zangoose later on in the match. I'm gonna switch in my Scizor here as he actually sends in his Rotom, and I'm thinking that his Rotom is faster than my Scizor because I don't run any speed EV, so I actually switch out into my Mamoswine as death fodder here. So it's kind of good that I saved him, but I guess it didn't really matter, and he's able to, and I go down to the poison damage. So I believe the only Pokemon I have left at this point are Scizor and Zangoose, so I decided to go out to my Zangoose, and I know I can still win as long as I get some damage on that Infernape to the point where I can take him out with a Bullet Punch from Scizor. And he lives in his Rotom thinking that he could take this facade, but he stood no chance in taking that facade. Zangoose is just a monster, and like I said, Infernape's gonna come in, and I just need to get some damage on this thing. And I'm gonna hit him with a quick attack, and it does a lot of damage, and I do get a crit. Which, hey man, I'm not gonna argue with, and at this point he's not talking as much because the battle is much closer, and he's gonna U-turn out, probably predicting my Scizor. I don't know. Yeah, probably. And here I make a pretty good play. I know that he knows that I have the quick attack, and I actually go for the close combat, probably thinking that he's not gonna want to go for the Bullet Punch, and he ends up not going for the Bullet Punch. Might have went for like a Roost or a Sword Stance, knowing that he could probably, well no, probably a Roost, because Sword Stance wouldn't have made any sense, because I could have killed him with 2 quick attacks. And right here he has Quagsire, and I know that this is pretty much the game right here. He's gonna go for the protect, and I'm gonna die off to this toxic damage, I believe. And that's perfect for me because I do get the free switch into Scizor while Infernape is not on the field. And if I get a 1 SD, I know I can take out the Infernape from where it is. But since he was talking so much mess, I end up setting up to the maximum. I end up going for 3 Swords Dance. And he does not have Scald on this thing, so I can just set up on it all day. I go for 1 Swords Dance, that's pretty much a good game right there. And he's gonna hit me with an Earthquake. And at this point, instead of talking trash, he's sending me messages like, dude, stop going for Swords Dance, please, please. Oh my god, stop going for Swords Dance. And I just go for another Swords Dance. I'm at +4 now. And like I said, he doesn't have Scald. He goes for Toxic, knowing that the game is pretty much out of his hands right now. He's at the mercy of my Mega Scizor. And I decided to, give him a break. I don't go for the Swords Dance this turn. And I decided to go for the Roost to get my health back up at full, just in case he gets like crits or something. And next turn, I believe I go for the Swords Dance to get up to +6. Just to kind of rub it in, because he was talking a lot of mess. And like I said, yeah, I'm gonna go for the Swords Dance +6, and it was a good game like 3 turns ago. And he tries to go for another Toxic, and because he knows that it's pretty much useless to do anything else. He could fish for Earthquake quick crits, but he's gonna need like 3 of them in a row. And I'm gonna take this Quagsire out with the U-turn. As you see how fast his HP goes down. And all he has left is the Infernape, and that's gonna go down to the Bullet Punch, especially thanks to the damage that my Zangoose got off previously. So even though I was down 6-3 or 3-6, either way you want to look at it, I didn't panic. I knew I had the Pokemon I need to win. I just would have to play a lot better than I did in the beginning. And to my opponent's defense, he was a good sport about it. Usually people that talk trash, they sore loser, but he wasn't a sore loser. He was cool about the loss. So it was a very good match. I won 1-0 with this Angles team. I'm probably going to start using another team too, because I got a lot more Pokemon trained up, a lot more Pokebank legendaries and stuff like that. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, leave me a like, comment, sub, and thanks for watching.